Hey everybody, this is Mark Bozon with the IGN Nintendo team, and I'm here to give you a video review for Bullies Scholarship Edition for Nintendo Wii. Check it out.
As you probably already know, Bullies Scholarship Edition is basically an upgraded version of the PS2 game, which came out in October 2006. Rockstar's repackaged it. It's $49.99 now with some new features, and it's coming out on 360 and Wii. Players will take the role of troublemaker Jimmy Hopkins. He's basically ditched by his mom and new stepdad to attend an extremely strict private school in a town called Bullworth. He arrives and it's obvious that the school really doesn't mess around, and you're going to have to watch your back if you're going to survive an onslaught of bullies. You got the snooty prep kids that are there, vicious greasers that try to take you out, and evil school teachers that always seem to kind of be against you rather than taking out the people that really deserve it. And as a quick note before we begin, we're going to be talking about the specifics of the Wii version here, so if you want to know more about the general game itself, we also have a PS2 video review that'll go through all that in more detail. What you really have to give credit to Rockstar for in this one is, right off the bat, Bullworth Academy feels like it's a living entity when you step into this world on Wii. Random fights are going to break out all the time around school. You've got classes that have specific hours, and you actually get punished for your truancy, so you have to keep an eye on this little on-screen clock you see up there. And your classmates are going to walk around freely throughout the campus and kind of interact with you as you go about your adventure. You'll notice straight away, though, that the visuals haven't changed very much. This is pretty much a PS2 port, and it's got a few upgrades to it. You can see floor reflections, things like that, but all in all, it's very basic as far as visual goes. There's the same overarching plot and characters as well. This time there is a little bit more to see and a little bit more to do, though. There are 8 new missions and some extra items, but the actual depth is going to come with the new classes, which are now in the game. And each of those are actually inspired from some games that have already been on Wii or DS. They're kind of designs that are borrowed, and Rockstar takes them as their own and kind of, throws them into the bully world. And it actually works pretty well. You've got biology, which plays like a trauma center clone. It's a little sluggish on the IR, but it's pretty fun nonetheless. There's math, which is very much a brain age clone. Music, which is a two-handed rhythm title where you're going to play like cowbell and maracas. And then you got geography, which is also another kind of brain age-like game where you're basically taking maps. You're taking flags from different countries and putting it on a map. Obviously, each of these new games are pretty simple since they're just mini-games, but, the bully strategy here is to go to different classes, and each one you attend, you're actually going to get rewarded with new skills and upgrades. So, in that sense, there's more to do and more to see in Bully this time around. Outside of this actual extra content, though, the rest of the world is going to feel pretty identical to PS2. You'll do missions for students. You can continue the main story by following all the gold stars that are on the map. You can celebrate holidays with your classmates and eventually open up the town of Bullworth so you can get part-time jobs and go shopping and get in trouble with police instead of just the prefix that are around school. And you live out the bully life, kind of like a GTA freeform design, if you will. We gave the original game an 8.9 on PS2, and while Bully still has the charm that it did pretty much 2 years ago, it also has issues. The Wii Remote controls are very well done, though, so you don't have to worry about that. You flick the nunchuck and Wii Remote, that's how you swing your left and right hand for attacks. You use motion for pulling up wedgies, and you do these little harmless finishing moves on people. Those are pretty cool. And also there's a basic IR when you're sniping with your slingshot or doing mini-games. Small visual improvements have also been made with model detail and texturing, but all the roughness that comes in the open world, and you see it pretty much in every Rockstar game, it's still there. So characters are going to pop in, they glitch frequently, you've got VO that overlaps, and everything's got this kind of first-pass feel to it since there's so much content in here. It's the old, jack of all trades, master of none kind of approach. And actually a good example of that comes with these carnival games you can see here. Each one works, but it looks pretty stiff and simplistic. That being said, there's a ton to do in this world, so if you don't mind a little roughness around the edges, it's a very rewarding experience. As another annoying issue you've got with Bully specifically, it doesn't matter which system you're playing it on, you don't have that overwhelming freedom that you get in GTA or even other Wii games like Godfather and Scarface, where there's this never-ending list of things to do. You're better off just going through the main story. You can hit up the side quests and do mini-games and things like that as you happen across them. And it's still a really good, great story, but you've never got that huge feeling of depth that you get in things like San Andreas on PS2 or on Xbox. And in the end, Bully does feel like a little bit of a stretch, since there's so much of it that was on PS2 is identical here on Wii. I beat the game then, and I had a huge sense of nostalgia when I was going through it this time around, but it is still one heck of a package. You've also got the multiplayer that's in there, where you can face off against anybody and play any of the mini-games, and that's really cool. The mini-games are really fun, the Wii motion's well done, and aside from those kind of first-pass moments that you get with Wii IR and the mini-games themselves, Bully's still a really enjoyable experience. I'd still personally recommend Godfather and Scarface overall, just because I feel like they have a little bit more action to them and a little bit more depth in the actual overworld. But Bully is, got more of this innocent, fun-loving feel to it, and it's still a great option for Wii. Jimmy Hopkins, we're happy to have you on the Wii team, and people enjoy it because this is a great game overall. For more information on Bully, check out our PS2 video review and hit up my written review on IGN.com.